Perth, a city of sunshine and beaches, hid a dark secret in its heart. A predator stalked the night. Eric Edgar Cooke, the night caller, was a name whispered in fear. He was a phantom, a nightmare made flesh. His crimes, brutal and random, defied explanation. Cooke's reign of terror began subtly. Petty crimes, acts of vandalism, escalated into something far more sinister. He preyed on the innocent, the unsuspecting, leaving a trail of misery in his wake. Each night the city held its breath, wondering where he would strike next. The rhythm of life in Perth changed. The once vibrant city, known for its serene landscapes and friendly neighborhoods, was now shrouded in an atmosphere of dread. The transformation was palpable, as if a dark cloud had settled over the city, casting a long shadow over its inhabitants. Doors that were once left unlocked were now bolted shut. The sense of community trust had eroded, replaced by an overwhelming need for security. Every creak and groan of the house was met with heightened alertness, as families fortified their homes against an unseen enemy. Streets, once alive with laughter, fell silent by nightfall. The lively chatter of children playing and neighbors conversing was replaced by an eerie stillness. The city, which once thrived on its social connections, now resembled a ghost town as dusk approached. The night caller had stolen their sense of safety, their peace of mind. Windows that once framed scenes of daily life now became barriers, with residents peering out from behind curtains, their faces etched with anxiety and fear. The psychological impact was profound, leaving scars that would take years to heal. Mothers clutched their children closer, fear etched on their faces. The instinct to protect their young was stronger than ever, as they whispered reassurances that felt increasingly hollow. The warmth of family gatherings was overshadowed by the looming threat outside. Fathers patrolled their properties, armed with whatever they could find. The traditional roles of protector took on a new, more urgent meaning. Flashlights cut through the darkness as they scanned their surroundings, every rustle of leaves or distant sound setting their nerves on edge. The unseen terror that haunted their nights was slowly poisoning their days. Suspicion clouded every interaction. The once tight-knit community began to unravel, as fear bred mistrust. Every shadow seemed to harbor a threat, and every stranger was a potential danger. Could it be the friendly neighbor next door? The person who always had a smile and a kind word? The lines between friend and foe blurred as paranoia seeped into the fabric of daily life. The man who delivered the groceries? Even the most mundane interactions were tainted with suspicion. The delivery that once brought convenience now carried an undercurrent of fear. The shadows themselves seemed to whisper Cooke's name. The darkness that enveloped the city was not just physical but psychological, as the fear of the unknown gnawed at the collective psyche of Perth. The night caller had left an indelible mark, one that would haunt the city for years to come. Eric Edgar Cooke was unremarkable in appearance, a nondescript man easily lost in a crowd. This only amplified the terror. He could be anyone, anywhere. Beneath the surface, a maelstrom of darkness churned. Cooke was driven by a need to inflict pain, to exert his power over the vulnerable. His crimes were not merely acts of theft or violence, but a perverse performance, designed to instill terror. He enjoyed the fear, the knowledge that he held a city hostage to his whims. His victims were varied, men and women, young and old. Their only commonality was their ill fortune in crossing paths with Cooke. Each attack left scars, both physical and emotional, that ran deep. There was the young nurse returning home from a late shift who became the victim of a brutal assault. The elderly couple, bound and gagged in their own home, their life savings stolen. The young man, stabbed to death in a seemingly motiveless attack. Each crime sent shockwaves through the community, reinforcing the chilling reality that no one was safe. Section 5, False Leads and Dead Ends. The police were under immense pressure to catch the night caller. The city was gripped by fear, and the media frenzy only added to the tension. Every officer knew that any mistake could mean another life lost. The investigation was sprawling and complex. Detectives worked around the clock, piecing together fragments of evidence. The board in the center of the room was filled with photos, notes, and maps, each telling a part of the grim story. Every lead seemed to turn into a dead end. Promising tips fizzled out, and witnesses' accounts were often contradictory. The frustration was palpable, with officers often seen throwing papers in exasperation. Frustration mounted as Cooke continued to evade capture. Arguments broke out among the team, and exhaustion was evident on every face. Night patrols increased, but the night caller always seemed to be one step ahead. The public, desperate for answers, offered theories, pointed fingers. Community meetings were held, and the air was thick with fear and suspicion. Newspapers ran sensational headlines, further fueling the panic. The pressure on the police force intensified with each passing day. Press conferences became more frequent, with officers facing tough questions from the media. The weight of expectation was almost unbearable. Cooke, a master manipulator, reveled in the chaos he had created. He watched from the shadows, his sinister smile a testament to his twisted pleasure. The city was his playground and he was the puppet master. He taunted the authorities with cryptic clues, leading them on a wild goose chase. Each note was a puzzle designed to mislead and confuse. The detectives were left scratching their heads, trying to decipher his twisted messages. He seemed to delight in staying one step ahead, his ego fueled by the fear he generated. The more the city trembled, the more powerful he felt. It was a deadly game of cat and mouse, and Cooke was determined to win. Section 6. A City on Edge. Perth was a city on edge. The once vibrant social scene dwindled as people retreated into their homes, too afraid to venture out after dark. The carefree spirit of the city was replaced by an undercurrent of fear. Neighbors, once friendly and trusting, now eyed each other with suspicion. The fear Cooke instilled permeated every aspect of life in Perth. The laughter of children playing in the park was now tinged with anxiety. The simple act of walking home alone at night became an act of courage. Section 7. The night caller's web tightens. Cooke grew bolder. His attacks, once sporadic, became more frequent, more brazen. It was as if he was playing a deadly game with the city, pushing the boundaries of their fear. The net was closing in, but he seemed oblivious, lost in his world of madness. He moved through the city like a phantom, leaving a trail of terror in his wake. Each new crime brought a fresh wave of fear and outrage, fueling the public's demand for justice. Section 8. Justice, at last. Finally, after 2 years of terror, a breakthrough. A witness came forward, a vital clue was found. The pieces of the puzzle began to fall into place. On August 26, 1963, Eric Edgar Cooke was finally apprehended. His trial was a media sensation. The city, still reeling from his crimes, watched as the full horror of his actions was revealed. Cooke was found guilty and sentenced to death. His execution in 1964 brought a collective sigh of relief to Perth. The nightmare was over. Section 9. Legacy of Terror. The scars of Cooke's reign of terror ran deep. His name became synonymous with fear, a ghost that haunted the streets of Perth long after his capture. The city, once known for its serene beauty, was now marred by the memories of his heinous acts. Each headline, each whispered conversation, kept the terror alive. He may have been gone, but the fear he instilled lingered. The once bustling streets turned desolate as night fell, with residents locking themselves indoors, afraid of the shadows that seemed to stretch endlessly. The palpable fear was a testament to the psychological scars left behind. The night caller became a chilling reminder of the darkness that can lurk beneath the surface of even the most idyllic places. Perth, with its picturesque landscapes and tranquil parks, now held a sinister undertone. The transformation from day to night was not just a change in light, but a shift in the very essence of the city. The case changed Perth forever. The city's evolution from a peaceful haven to a place of caution and vigilance was stark. The 1960s, a time of growth and optimism, were overshadowed by the grim reality of Cooke's actions. The aerial views of Perth transitioning from old to modern symbolized the city's resilience and determination to move forward. It forced people to confront their own vulnerability, the fragility of peace. The community, once carefree, now lived with a heightened sense of awareness. Meetings were held, strategies discussed, and a collective effort was made to ensure safety. The simple act of locking doors and windows became a nightly ritual, a small but significant step towards reclaiming their sense of security. But it also revealed their resilience, their unwavering spirit. In the face of adversity, the people of Perth came together, united by a common goal. Vigils were held, not just to mourn the victims, but to celebrate the strength of the community. Comforting each other, they found solace in unity, proving that even in the darkest times, hope can shine through. In the aftermath of tragedy, they rebuilt their lives, their city. Reconstruction efforts were a testament to their determination. Schools, parks, and public spaces were revitalized, symbolizing a fresh start. People went about their daily lives with a renewed sense of purpose, determined to not let the past define their future. The shadow of the night caller may have faded, but the memory of his crimes serves as a stark reminder of the importance of vigilance, the enduring power of hope, and the enduring strength of the human spirit. Modern-day Perth stands tall, a city that has faced its demons and emerged stronger. Memorials serve as a poignant reminder of the past, while the vibrant skyline reflects a future built on resilience and hope.